Most High gonna destroy you because you are an unbelieving soul. You gotta have faith. Most High about to destroy this place. That's why Scripture. What do you? How should I say? Remember Lot's wife.
I'll just repeat that for you. Luke 17. And 17. Alright, 32. Remember Lot's wife. Whosoever shall seek to save his life shall lose it. And whosoever shall lose his life shall preserve it.
That goes with the scriptures where it says the few words strong, pretty much. The few words are good. Remember Lot's wife. That says a lot. Lot's wife. She looked back. She didn't believe. That's why she ain't make it. And guess what? It was a woman of black woman. Remember, damn Eve, okay? For you, oh, the woman is, you know, the woman is just so good. No, she looks back because she loves the society. I don't give a damn if your black woman complain about how shit is. If this place is going to be destroyed, she will be pissed. She will be miserable. I'm still loving her. I still want to live here. I don't. This place can go.
It's happening too in this story back open. Yeah. A lot of people in my family like, oh, it's back open now.
Yeah. They want to go to Walgreens, man. If something happens to Walgreens or Walmart, the black woman is done. That's like they second home.
Weave shops.
Kim Wong's right, yeah. They was lined up over there on the fucking north side. Lined up outside there, man. It's hot as hell outside. They over there on Lindbergh, just lined up.
How's that an essential business? They should have shut that shit down. See? I would have shut that shit down. I'd be like, Moab, you shutting all this shit down. But your sister fucking shut that shit down. Bitches better invest in natural products. Get you a pick. Get you a pick, you know, and some rubber bands.
And the hair weaves. If they shut down the hair weave salons, they're gonna bring in, then the nigga woman gonna start back wearing hair wraps.
Oh yeah.
That's what I see.
It's gonna be musty up under there too. They don't believe in wedding day shit.
Well, there's gonna be a lot of dead horses around this place.
This is amendment number 13. Neither slavery nor involuntary servitude is served as punishment for a crime, and you know, the child support stuff go against that right there. So that's involuntary servitude.
Just also, before I get it, just to line back, that's why women love it here, because they get that child support. Everything backs the woman in this society. But it's that scripture, Jeremiah 31:22. How long wilt thou go about, O thou backsliding daughter? For Yahweh hath created a new thing in the earth. A woman shall compass a man. All right, so women are more valued here than a righteous man, or than a man, period. And that's why women love this society. And if this society was to go down, they'll look back and be like, dang, now I'm not going to be above a man in the next society to come. So what am I going to do? And that's why women would hate for this society to fall. And they'll look back like Lot's wife.
Hey, I tried to use the 13th Amendment before the child support stuff. It did not work.
Yeah.
They do not care. They just look at you. The judge is supposed to know this.
They're supposed to be able to recite the shit backwards.
And they supposed to protect your rights. That's what the judge is supposed to do. They just look at it like,
Right.
hey, 13th Amendment.
Have to keep one at 4.
He said, that ain't written for you, buddy.
Like, this is servitude because I have to work and make this money and you're forcing me to pay it. Take it.
So they don't even abide by that shit. That's why I said it's just a piece of paper with no weight. It has no value. It don't carry nothing. It's just, if I got that in the mail, I shred it. What? It don't mean nothing.
Just like the dollar bill.
Shredded up one of them too. This is Psalms chapter 94 and verse 20. Shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee, which frameth mischief by law? They gather themselves together against the soul of the righteous and condemn the innocent blood. But the Lord is my defense, and my power is the rock of my refuge. And he shall bring upon them their own iniquity, and shall cut them off in their own wickedness. Yea, the Lord Yahweh shall cut them off. How y'all doing, man?
Around. Yeah, so they frame mischief by law, and they make the law too.
Mm-hmm.
So the Constitution, that don't mean nothing, man. It means absolutely nothing. So I guarantee you, lawyers, they don't use the Constitution in courtrooms. They can just say, Your Honor, I don't know why we're here because of First Amendment. You're gonna be like, sir, is that all you got? Because your client is about to be doomed. That's all you got. Because that don't mean nothing here. And then if you say, okay, well, I got something better for you. I got the scriptures. Let's go to this book here. They're gonna be like, no, we're not doing this. The witnesses had to swear on it.
Right.
And we put the shit up, okay? They swear on it and we put it back up. We never opened it and sealed. You know, pages are fresh because we ain't got it.
Ultimately, just to get Jake called up with the Most High.
Yeah.
You know, they know line that they gonna do shit. So you hurry up and pull it out. When you swear, and you know what I'm saying? Like, it don't mean nothing to them when they do it. It don't mean nothing. But when Jake do it, so it's they always gonna have you caught some way, whichever way.
They try to really they try to say, I advise you, sir, you are under oath.
Yeah.
You have to tell the truth. Come on, man. This man's the biggest hypocrite, dude. There's so many flaws in this man's so-called criminal justice that he takes pride in. Come on, man. It's a big joke. Lawyers, man. The fact that you have those jobs is a joke. Them damn lawyers are some of the worst people on earth. They get paid millions to let a criminal go, and they'll know this motherfucker's guilty. Like, there was a loophole in the system, so I'm gonna use that loophole to get my client off and lie my ass off, right? Or they'll present fake evidence to like dealing with child support. This motherfucking persecuted man, a hardworking man, knowing he's struggling, they still gonna be like, well, we could, you know, take this route, which would then lead him to ultimately losing everything. They'll do that, man. And they'll just say, oh, I just represented my client. It's a joke. It's a big joke, man. Those are some of the worst people next to used car salesmen. I know some grimy used car salesmen, and they all eat those. Right?
So Isaiah 10 and 1.
It's the camera.
1%.
Yeah, that's when y'all. Yeah.
Isaiah 10 and 1. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees with the right grievousness which they have prescribed.
List off some unrighteous decrees. Kind. If a man and a woman separate or whatever, they automatically get a child to the woman. Or you as the man got to fight and pay all kind of money on lawyers and this and that, and you know, just to get your kid, your children. Or you got to go through the extra, most extra stuff in the world to catch her being unfit or something. And they still would not, you know, have stipulations on your children being with you. But the Most High said that the children belong to the father. But again, Esau make these laws to uphold wickedness, man. He know that the woman don't have what it takes to protect the children from certain situations. You know, he know that they're more emotional based than logic based. Damn, dude. You know, here it is. They have laws. You know, stealing is wrong, this and that, but they put Jake in certain conditions to where they have to, you know, get it how they live, as they say. You know, may have to hit a lick or something for food or whatever, and then they gonna throw the book at them. But you the one that got us in this condition. You know, create environments for you to fail and then point at you because you failed. You know, it's just the list go on with this devil, man, and it makes no sense for our people to be looking for some type of salvation or justice or equality or, you know, anything along them lines. Like what kidnapper kidnaps people and then lead the tools that they need to get free? Nobody does that. So why would you expect Esau to do that? You know?
I got something. Because you said that, because I will always remember this, because it just makes you mad. All right? So it's an article. It's titled, it's titled, Did a Hungry Homeless Man Who Stole $100 Receive a far heavier sentence than a white-collar thief? It says in 2011, the tale of two men in their mid-50s with very different life circumstances attracted the attention of internet users who juxtaposed their stories as an example of the disparity with which a wealthy white-collar criminal, Edomite, was treated versus a homeless so-called black man who robbed a bank but ultimately only took $100 because he was desperate and hungry. So to summarize, an Edomite a CEO was caught stealing billions of dollars by smuggling it, $3 billion, and he only got 3 years because they didn't want to ruin his life. And then you had a Jake, his name was Roy Brown, 54, a homeless African-American man, was sentenced to 15 years without the possibility of parole for robbing a bank in Shreveport, Louisiana. According to the scant reporting of the story, Brown only took $100 from the stack handed to him and told the teller he needed it because he was homeless and hungry. The story of 50-year-old Roy Brown, a homeless man who couldn't afford to pay basic food and shelter expenses, is heartbreakingly cruel. A homeless man robbed a Louisiana bank and took a $100 bill. After feeling remorseful, he surrendered to the police the next day. The judge sentenced him to 15 years in prison. The day after this story appeared, prosecutors celebrated the fact that they were able to get a 40-month prison sentence for investment. The Edomite Paul Allen, who defrauded lenders for more than $3 billion. I'm gonna keep going because it says a homeless man robbed a Louisiana bank, took a $100 bill. After feeling remorseful, meaning he repented, he surrendered to the police the next day. The judge sentenced him to 15 years in prison. Roy Brown, 54, robbed Capital One Bank in Shreveport, Louisiana in December 2007. He approached the teller with one of his hands under his jacket and told her it was a robbery. The teller handed Brown 3 stacks of a bill, but he only took a single $100 bill and returned the remaining money back to her. He said that he was homeless and hungry and left the bank. The next day, he surrendered to the police voluntarily and told them that his mother didn't raise him that way. Brown told the police he needed the money to stay at a detox center and had no other place to stay and was hungry. The Caddo District Court, he pleaded guilty. In Caddo District Court, he pleaded guilty. The judge sentenced him to 15 years in prison for a first-degree robbery. Now this is Proverbs 6, verse 30. Men, do not despise a thief if he steals to satisfy his soul when he is hungry. There you go. This man robbed a bank out of desperation, like the brother mentioned. And when they gave it to him, all he did was took $100. And he told them, I'm just hungry, homeless and hungry. And when he repented and gave himself to Esau, they threw a whole book at him, man. Where was the compassion? Where was the remorse? What was that?
The scripture tell you that his mercy is his cruelty.
Yeah.
You know, here it is now. If if when the Edomite does that, what they'll do? What you call it? White collar crime. They embezzle money. You know, they commit fraud and all kind of things. And guess what? Like you said, they only get like 1 or 2 years or something because Esau got plans for them to use them in his agenda. They'll hire him. You know, I've seen it before. Guys, hackers or whatever, when they so good that Esau can't catch them, they'll try to hire them to be hackers for the U.S. You know, but here's a man that's showing his remorseful. You know, showing that he had integrity, but he was just in a situation. He turned himself in, and Esau bammed him because why? He probably can't pervert him. He probably can't, you know, get him to do any and everything. He got no use for him. You know, he's too good of a person, I guess. But that's how Esau rolls. That's how he operates.
Hey,
That's some bullshit, man.
Yeah.
He was better off just. What was his reward for
Jail. You know, yeah. Get oppressed.
what it say in the scriptures, righteous judgment never go forth. And they don't get that righteous judgment to the poor.
Oh no.
Alright? Like I said, they only for their people. They only help their people.
They
The
only
Constitution and all
uphold
that.
wickedness, man.
Yeah.
They only uphold wickedness, man.